Hi guys. You can see I'm filling my screen up. Welcome in. Welcome to WCIA Network. Yes. Welcome you guys on a Sunday night. As you could see, I had to keep pushing my time up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this Madeline thing, but I do think it's important to show you guys information and how easily it is to be fooled. There is definitely a story within the words that are being told, but it's not the story that is the truth. If anyone hasn't seen this yet, there's a girl that is claiming to be Madeline McCann, and she's looking for a DNA test, right? Now, at first I'm like, I get it. This could be something, something. And I thought that all the way kind of up until I heard this lady's voice and watched her speak. And as soon as I looked at her, my psychic self started speaking. So, before I get into that, everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. I am specifically here to shed light on the missing children's victimized people's story to bring justice. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be shedding light on what you are being told is the truth. Because there's someone back there. This is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing here has been proven true. Nothing here has been proven false. This is just one of a gazillion theories, but mine is based off of psychic ability. So I'm going to close out chat. I'm going to welcome you all in because I'm going to stay. I'm going to want to stay. I'll open up just to see, my people here. But I need to stay in a good space because these videos and what is going on is exactly what is going on within the Summer Moon Wells missing children's cases. I'm going to come from right field, man, and give you my gut feeling on this. And again, when I say stuff that's really solid, that I think is solid, it's putting my reputation on the line, right? Whoever, for all we know, the people sitting in front of you are Benny and Ernie. For all you know, it could be Ryan Upchurch. For all we know, it could be Cracking Cases. For all you know, it could be, I don't know why Ryan's mother comes to my mind. I'm just blurting out people, right? It could be anybody. Because every time I snap a picture from the video, it consistently changes. I'm just putting these all, I just snapped pictures Um, each photo is different. And what's the most important is the person on the bottom and the top, they're showing people that are getting victimized. And all I do know is that it's all the same information as the Summer Moon Wells missing children. What you're seeing here right now, for some reason, that is being put in videos that are marked Madeline McCann. Um, something they're testing. This is my gut feeling, you guys. They're testing some kind of like a presentation of kids. They're testing equipment. They're testing something. And as soon as this lady opened her mouth to talk, it kind of reminded me, okay, so it's nothing's by coincidence. I watched that movie where, God knows, I don't even know why I watched it, where the people are like robots and they like are told what to do. As I'm listening to this person's voice, and she was repeating things that were very, very strange in a situation like this, I'm like, I felt as if she was trying to manipulate the situation. I felt as if she was trying to get her attention, like something, like someone went rogue, like someone got out of the game, right? It reminded me of the movie I watched. It's like someone, I'm putting these all up here because I'll go through them when I'm done talking. I don't want to be disturbed. It's like someone went rogue and they needed to go in and get them back in control, right? And the way she was talking to her and communicating. Now, I don't think that this is a real person because the person behind these people look like this. This is what the girl looks like under the 3 layers when you go through the video. That's what's on top, you guys. That's a problem for me. And then the other picture that shows up is the girl with the big eyes. Remember her? The girl with the big eyes? She's under there too. So there are a couple faces. Now, I'm not saying that that's her, right? I don't know. I don't know who's who or who's what. But man, do I feel this one. I feel her sassafras. Like I feel her, I feel the person underneath there is more like her personality. And then there's like guys in there too. These come straight from the video. It's a big problem. Now this to me is the girl that is friends with Brian Kohlberger, and the one that I said had the big eyes. Yeah, that's a sassy one. I call her sassy, and this to me looks like a lot of people that are on YouTube. So the videos where I'm getting this, it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated to get. But what is super, super obvious is it's not who they say they are. Look. The top. Look. That's what's in the small. That's not. To me, I feel a Kylie Rodney um, head on the top and left hand side. The faces change like 20 times, but they're clear. Like that's who's in that video. And to me, that looks like Kylie Rodney's head. Right, looks the girl, I call her the girl with the big eyes. So these faces are really clear and it's not who they say they are. Look at the girl on the bottom. It's so fake. It's super fake, you guys. Um, if in fact they say they're talking about Madeline, there's something else going on. Even though her face is demented on the bottom, that's not the same girl. So like that's what the cops should be looking at in. The cops should be looking at the same thing we have been discussing for a year and a half. The deep fake that covers up the truth. This is a really easy one to look at. It's right there. I mean, you could go look at it yourself. It's the deep fake. This is deep fake right here. Right here. And the truth is right there. That's really who is in there. And there is someone, it's like, if this isn't Madeline McCann, then it's someone that needs help. But it's not that lady in this video that's going to help her. It's the lady in this video that's going to make this shit go away. That person's being victimized. If you guys can't see that, that's a real problem. Because the lady in that video is no good for her. I don't know what's going on with their videos right now, but they're all on in the same game. They're all playing with the same deck of cards. Everyone in this video is playing the same deck of cards that the Summer Moon Wells, the Kylie Rodneys, the Idaho 4s are playing with. Same deck of cards. Different victims. It's no different. The only difference is they decided to base it in London. There's a victim in there. There's a victim. And I believe there's more than one. I took these, you guys, the timestamps are on here. Where to get them. Look at this. Here's the timestamp. Now you could see that you guys know how I played. I open it up and I tape the bottom row. That is not Madeline McCann. This is a victim. And if the police from here to London and whoever else is looking into it don't look at this, these are victims. These are victims, and there's no reason the authorities can't see this. It's super clear. It's super clear, you guys. And for such a big case, and someone comes forth who was all over the world saying and I have photos, it's right in the video. This person's being victimized. And that girl on the bottom is a bunch of crack. Are they going to let this slide? This wasn't even my presentation today. But I'm like, something is so wrong with this. And what the other thing I knew was wrong is none of the creators that talk about the Summer Moon Wells, the Idaho Four, the Gabby Petito, the Kylie Rodney, the Quentin Simon, the Michael Vaughn, the Harmony Montgomery, none of those channels are touching this. They're not going to go into it. But these are not the people they say they are. They're going to ignore her because there is something going on here. But it's not what's in front of us. I'm calling bullshit on the bullshit. Bullshit on the bullshit. That is not a 19-year-old with that girl. I don't know who they think they are, but these guys are having fun. Look at them smiling. It looks like Kylie Rodney to me, I swear to God. All the way to the left-hand side. The eyeballs. I don't see anything more than a crock of shit. But I do see sacrifices. I do see they're playing a game. I do see that people are using the government funding, using the people here for a game. Look. A game. Let's say she's here, but there's other people here too. Look. There are people here being abused. They're taking this opportunity. For some reason, they chose to spin it this way. But the people in here consistently change. Here's the bottom girl. That's what she changes into. Here's the top girl. Here comes your blonde hair, blue eyes. You tell me this doesn't look like Sammy. Come on. I want to know, why is it illegal to do what they're doing, to put information out there like that, and to work together like that, to create chaos and to for the sake of whatever they're doing that is illegal. These people are not real. But something in here is abusive. This is the Summer Moon Wells missing children. And this is what our media does. And to me, it's pathetic, because that was my industry, right? You really don't know who you can trust. So, I mean, whoever decides to run with this story, you're just wasting your time. Because if in fact the authorities don't move forward, it's no one's going to be able to stop it. Like, if the authorities don't look at this and be like, okay, well, she never left the house and that woman now has that shit on her neck, and that's obviously not Madeleine McCann, and someone is getting abused in here no matter how you slice and dice it, and identity theft is all over this thing. I mean, nothing's going to get done if they're not the ones to recognize this. And if they don't recognize it, that means that this is where we are. Like, we're allowed to do this. Like, that's someone's face that is playing a dangerous game of who's who. And then saying that they're a 19-year-old girl, that's Madeleine McCann, that people have put hundreds and thousands of hours into trying to find that little girl. So this is what I really needed to put up here first. There is someone in here that is getting abused, and there are people in here that are the abusers, that I do know. It shows it. So if in fact our law enforcement doesn't want to get involved, that means that you're turning your cheek to violence in our country. Like real violence. Like this person is, either way, there are people here that are locked up. There are people here that are being abused. And there are people here that are doing it as the abuser. It's shown throughout the whole video. And if in fact they choose to just not do anything about it, when to me the faces are right there. So many people are connected to this group. So many. So my channel calls bullshit, and I believe that all of this is being taken place by the same people that we have been following here since June 15th or June 16th, whatever it is. I don't think there's anything different about it. All it does for me is it confirms the fact that this is international. That's all. This is what's on her shirt. This is what's on her shirt. And that's a symbol of who we're working with. I mean, if in fact that person that's saying that she's who she is, that person might be getting lured in by the very wrong person that's going to put that person back in captivity. But however she was speaking was very manipulating and controlling. She had her locked in a very controlling way. Like, and she definitely, there's buzzwords like she wanted her to know that the whole world, like you are a celebrity, like there's certain conversation that must work. And you know, you're going to be so famous and this and that, like whatever she was saying was very obvious to me that there was an issue. Terrible. Does anyone know that person who was speaking? I think it's, I don't know. So this is part of my presentation that I didn't plan on, but I felt as if I needed to bring it up, right? Because I can't ignore when I see something so obvious as that. All that does is it proves to me that it's international and that someone is manipulating someone. The elements definitely match, and it's very scary to think that the airways are being used for that. I mean, how is it if that's such a very well-known case? There's information in there that's very useful. But that's up to authorities. Something is extremely wrong with it. As soon as I saw that girl, it reminded me of this girl that I was following in the Watts case. Remember her? And I'm like, something's wrong with this also. And I have other videos, but something isn't right. And it's a really big thing for them to check out. So, oh, and again, the other thing is I wanted to mention the Julia thing. I don't know how they came up with Julia, but I do know that her photo at first looked like the Julia that I have followed in the past. That at first I'm like, she looks like the Julia that I have followed. And let me show you guys a picture. Let me crop this. Summer Moon Wells, I actually taped it so you guys could hear it. Summer Moon Wells would always say, blah, 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 Julia. And I never really stopped to hear what she was saying until today. I did it in slow motion. This is the Julia that I've been following. Because Summer Moon Wells just keeps saying, Julia, la 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 la, Julia. So the pictures that this girl kept showing, to me, did look like Julia. So I went back to listen to, let me see before I start that. Listen, I put it in slow motion. Listen. So what I hear is her name was Julia. I've never slowed it down before. I'll play it a couple times. Let me see if I could play it on loop. Let's see. Loop. Okay, listen. So put a 1. Doesn't it say, oh, her name was Julia? Oh, her name was Julia. And I never listened in its slow motion until today because I'm like, that really does look like the Julia I'm following. So anyways, that is why I stopped to look at it. I'm like, something is really messed up. Okay, this part of the presentation is really important. I'm going to show you photos of apples to apples, people to people, elements to elements. And I'm going to bring it all the way through to family. I would love for them to get a hold of me. By no means am I saying it's this family or the people you see within the photo. But I must say that the photo that I just saw a picture of a lady at the end looks just like this lady that I've been following. Let me see if I could grab it out of here. I'm going to be putting together, no, I'm going to be showing you what I put together brings you all the way through to the end, how I see it, to where this is and where this went and where this keeps going. The group that I'm going to show you is a combination of Michael Vaughn's father, Bob Vaughn, and Amber Hagerman's information, as well as the other family that I follow that I'm just going to call them Beck. I followed them through their ancestry tree. And I looked at all the videos. And I have found common faces that bring it together. I'm showing you this first because an Amber Hagerman, who was Amber Alert, the little girl who went missing like 26 years ago, and Amber's named after her. The photos in a lot of the videos that I have played in the past show images that back up my theory that Amber Hagerman, I think, is maybe where this all started. The people within her videos, the elements throughout all of her information match all the summer moon while missing children. This one picture is within a part of the video that it shows that this person is working on equipment. And all I saw was the equipment for this that's in these cases. As I proceeded to go through this family's family history, it brought me to a set of videos that I've been showing you guys. I'm like, I swear maybe from the Holocaust they're so bad. The common information I first showed you a few days ago was with the equipment. I went over it. I showed you how this guy, I believe, is making the equipment with this man. These two here are from, the one to the right is from that family that I'm following. The one to the left is from Amber Hagerman. To me, the people match, as well as the equipment that they're working on. Inside Amber Hagerman's photos show a lot of little faces all over, like that fake crowd, that you see in Kylie Rodney's Idaho Fort. Like, it's all fake crowd. It's what it is. These two faces are the only two faces that I have seen so far that are really close up. They don't even make sense in the crowd with little heads. So I've pulled them aside. The first picture of the man to the right, I believe, resembles, these are just my thoughts, Casey Anthony's father. Now, I'm not just pulling shit out of the water. I'm looking throughout the video, I'm looking at the elements that surround this person. I'm looking at the rest of the information, and I have looked at the information about Casey Anthony's father. I think he appears in a lot of these videos. I think that this is where they started to build this group up. I do. These are the faces that I showed you that were in the video. Just for those who didn't see. I don't know who they are. Inside the video from the family that I'm following, in their old videos, I only pulled out the most important elements that are in their videos. There's a lot of other shit going on in their videos, but the most important thing is for me to show you the common elements that they really need to show up if I'm going to be putting them within this group of sacrifices. There's certain elements that need to match, or else I'm wasting my time with this group. Throughout the video, this stick shows up. Now there's about 10 different videos. It's not just one. So the one up in the left-hand corner is from one of their videos. The one in the bottom right-hand corner is from a video of these kids dancing. The videos that I see so far all represent the Summer Moon Wells missing children. And to me, it brings it back 14 years plus. But the faces and the people, I see a resemblance, you guys. The guy to the left, I don't know if he was a son, a grandson, but he's a member of this family. And those little heads, those little heads that you see on the right-hand side come from this man's videos. Now, I don't know who he is, right? And you guys, some of you are probably like, so what's up with the stick? What is she talking about that if this is something that's so important? This is the stick that I have shown you is involved in all the cases. I think I just only pulled up a few of them. Kylie Rodney's, they are all the same sticks. Believe it or not, they have the same pattern. They have the same little box. They have the same information. And it's usually put within a frame. The frame usually goes around a door, a window, a cabin. But what you see here is Kylie's. The piece that was the most important in Harmony Montgomery is part of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. I immediately saw the stick here with her mother. There is always a stick, and there's just like this ugly, mean green face. But when I took a closer look at Harmony Montgomery's back, and I saw that stick, which is right there, it's right on your right-hand side. For those of you that are new to this stick, let me bring it up here and make it even smaller and maybe turn it. Wait, let me get rid of the wood. This here I'm going to turn it this way because it might be easier for you guys to see it this way. This here, it was in Shreddy McKinney's. Each person has them. This is what's in that tree. These are the white fibers that I'm pretty confident the cops find at these locations. Kylie Rodney's was right here inside the door frame that they had her standing in. It's right here. And then there's other things here too. But these are common elements that are actually bringing families together. Here's Summer Moon Wells. Summers was in her dad's doorway. Super easy to find. Super easy. That is Summer Moons. There's tons at Summer Moons. You could see the top frame. This middle one, wait. 14. This one here, which never got any movement from the police. There's no reason something like this should have been on the Wells doorway. Look at that. This stuff is being shown in the doorway. We all know that what you see all the way to the left-hand side are parts of the trophies. I mean, there's the sticks. It's right in his doorway, you guys. So Kylie Rodney's has the same box, that same little white box, even though it's covered up. The each of these little white boxes, and I'll point them out. It's right there on top. It's in the corner. Each stick has one. See, there's Summers. Here, let me circle it so you guys know what I'm talking about. It even shows these white little boxes here, here, these white little boxes. Yep, there's tons of information. Correct, Rumpel. It's right there. So this guy's whole family is whose videos I downloaded. Within one of the videos came a common friend that was found in Bob Vaughn's videos, which is Michael Vaughn's father, actually, and this family. So what I did was I went back to Bob because I'm like, oh my God, I haven't showed you the lady yet. Like, oh my God, this lady is the same lady that I'm finding in this man's videos of the family that's showing all the elements, blah, blah, blah. That's the same lady that's on the boat. Now, this will be the third case, if it's in fact the same lady. This would be the third case that her face matches. This guy I've matched a few times. So I went back to the boat and I looked at the elements, starting with what's in this guy's chest here. And I looked at the faces. I've never really looked super close to that little girl until today. So these are the faces that are on the boat. Again, this is all allegedly. This is for entertainment purposes only. I everything falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. I have matched up a few of these people to Summer Moon Wells, Michael Vaughn, and I can't remember whose else the lady was in. I can't remember right now. But it's very interesting. Here we go. First, I took a super good look at the girl on the left-hand side. I want you to also I want you to also look at the knife that she's holding here. It's pointed to the thumb. And I don't know obviously what's in her mouth, but she has that stuff around her neck, right? Look at the lady that's holding her and the man that's holding her. This girl to me looks just like Julia. Now this wasn't like last year, this was a few years back. I want to say 10 years. The lady that is holding her is with this group on the water. I've shown this before. I'm working up to things, guys. I'm telling you a story, right? Some things I just can't blurt out. This is Bob Vaughn and his friends. And one of the things that I go to are the elements. And this is from a different presentation. I'm like, that's the chair they use, blah, blah, blah. I see the story. So when I say that's their chair, it doesn't necessarily mean it's their chair. I use particular things to tell my story, right? And when I see elements inside particular videos, I'm going to call them out. This person, let me crop, in the green here, again, sitting between these two people, for a second time, you don't see that person's face. You didn't see that person's face back there in a green shirt. They're hidden. Here, what I did notice is the foot that looks like the other feet that have shit around them for Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. The brown sheer is all the way to the right. This brown chair shows up. To me, it matches. To me, that's the chair. It matches the chair in these videos. That's the chair that has the wheels. It's the chair. But that brown chair shows up again in Bob Vaughn's video that's next to the fence that was taken down from Michael Vaughn's backyard. The day, this picture to the left is that's the chair. It's the same chair. It's representing the same story, you guys. It's telling you the story of Michael Vaughn. That's the fence that was taken down, and I said that they had like things in that fence that represented Michael Vaughn. all the way to the left-hand side, you will see the arm of the blue chair that Michael Van, I showed you, was connected to a blue chair like that. So here, when someone tries to show the smallest little bit of information, but leaves the information sitting inside a photo that to me already tells the story, and then all of a sudden I see like the white heads, the white head with the blue frame connected to the rest of this chair. This scene, you guys, is telling the Michael Van story. And I am not quite sure what it's going to take for the authorities to see that all of this information, here's the head, here's the blue chair, here's the pieces of the chair, here's pieces of the chair. There are Michael Van. This is the same kind of chair that Summer Moon Wells was sitting in to the right. But the photo, I've shown this before, all the way to the left comes from Michael Van's basement where he had the blue chair with him. The picture all the way to the left is a photo that shows Michael Van connected to the chair I'm going to show you. And this piece of the chairs right here that is right here on Summer. These are all matches. This is Michael Van connected to his chair. Michael Van's story gave Michael Van himself, the story gave so many elements that would help solve the case. The photo to the right came from Ryan Upchurch, but all it does is it helps tell the story. That's part of the chair. This is what happens to the victims. And I still believe that is Michael Van. A clear-ass photo of Michael Van. And he's got his little box there. I put this here because I wanted to show you guys, you know, the pictures that I showed way in the beginning when I'm like, okay, I have to show some sort of a clear photo. Michael Van was already here connected to whatever they put over his neck here. I wanted to show you this, that he already here and nobody wanted to pay attention. That's already on his neck. There's the little white thing with the heart. It's right there. He's already connected here and it's very clear, but no one wants to notice or look. No one wants to notice or look. Here's the white piece with the red heart. Right here. Michael Van's already connected. Oh, thank you, Marie, for that super sticker. Thank you. Really, totally appreciate it. Thank you, sweetie. Michael Vaughn had many, 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 gave many, many hints and information. But if it's not going to be taken seriously or even looked at, I don't get it. This is Amber's video. This is straight from their body cam. So what you see to the left is basically, to me, what's in those chairs, and what you see to the right is the victim in the chair. It's what a victim looks like in the chair. Now, I've always say that all these cases are together. I want to point out how now I have Michael Vaughn's grandfather sitting with Michael and the granddaughter in the backyard that has the fence and the chair and a can of Truly. This Truly thing has shown up in Kylie Rodney's, Michael Vaughn's, and the Idaho 4. There are no coincidences, right? This is a very strange item to see really clearly in all three of those cases. Very clear. They made a point to show this in the Idaho 4 window. Someone said this was in the window of the apartment. Now, I don't know what this Truly thing is, but it looks like it's usually in a can. So we've seen it in a can, a white carton, and like a pen like. Look super closely to the photo on the top. It not only has the cans, but it has the pressure cooker and the top of a cooking pot, as well as those red strips that have the number 5 on the tip connected to the windows. These don't all say Truly. This here, these represent more than one person. The cooking thing that you see on the bottom there was part of my final elements that I said was in this guy's car. He had the lamb, he has the lamb, he had the tree, he has the crock pot, he has the stick. He has the whole thing going on here. It's so clear. That's the other thing that I forgot to put in those photos. The crock pot with this information was also found and shown inside months and months, I think it's 11 months ago video that I have from Benny's channel. I keep this stuff because the crock pot with the pieces that are shown, really, to me, they match identical, especially the wire parts, like this here. To me, they cook up some stew, and these are parts of them. And they make sure, it'll be very interesting to see what those letters turn out to be. But that crock pot and the situation with the little round pressure cooker is all part of the equipment that I said was built years and years and years ago in that Bob Vaughn's, whatever that is. And I don't know which Bob Vaughn that is. But they're pretty much the same. So this all falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. You guys, seriously, the lady to the right is from the family that I have been following. And it's comes from photos from that family's, one of their trips to Pocono, I think, or something. Now, I'm only putting this out there because I think it has something to do with Summer Moonwell's missing children. Put a number 1 if you think these are the same people. That this person's face here is the same, right? Is the same as, let me grab this one. Bob Bond's friend. So it's, I said that these faces were the same. The one with the blue bandana, I think they doubled them up for some reason. This and that, I believe, is the connection. Look what's on her neck. And I believe that that's looks like a catch it, like a check it TV guy. I went over this in the video, but the elements that are on this lady are very important as well. I believe that this is a total connection. Now let me show you what shows up in her video. Again, if in fact this is a theory that proves to be true, it will pull together the cases that I've been working on. This is a place where she is. I'm not going to show you all the craziness that shows up, but this craziness shows up and it fills these pictures in as if you're looking at it, like almost like the marijuana place, like to me, like the same location. But what happens is inside the video, I believe it is showing sacrifices that have taken place and are connected to all of the cases that I work on. It shows people within the video that are nowhere in the video. It's showing me the spirit within the video. So when I say this man is sitting in a basket in the video, and I'm not going to show the video only because I don't think it's fair to show the family's name. I think I could just go so far. Like this is what I need to do is show the elements, and not necessarily because, you know, I'm working under Section 107, right? Um, and the only people that need to really know the family's name and where to get this are the law enforcement. Because this property that they're showing to me is showing like people in big baskets or big pots, and they're in very bad shape. The picture all the way to the right shows up in the woods by them, and to me this is a location where exactly what the place looks like that these things are kept. I don't know what they are, you guys. I don't know if they're just torsos and they freaking play with them. I have no idea what they do, but these are torsos and heads, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. In this house, it shows the same information that you see to the left-hand side as I showed you in Tanner, who this guy was arrested for. Don't forget, there's a little girl who was murdered in Nevada County, right? What I showed you in his picture was the same elements I've showed you in other cases, but this house here has them as well. So that here is the Nevada County murder. The picture to the left is from Michael Vaughn. The picture in the middle is from Benny's fake car. And then the one to the right is from this video. Somewhere between the three of these, there is the same truth. Many a times, the people that do show up in these fake cars are showing, and I believe this is under a bridge, they're showing the same information every time. I believe that is under a bridge, and I believe that they're showing the same thing, same location, same information in order to tell location of where Michael Vaughn went, and this is how they do it. But we've had probably hundreds of more cases, and if in fact anyone was following through on this shit in the LE, you would see that all it does is it shows location that are under the bridge. This isn't a normal photo to have in a fucking window. It's the same photos that show up in the Idaho 4. It's the same photos that show up in all of the cases that I work on. This here, if I turn it, is the same picture that you see the night of the food truck. Same information. It's really not that complicated. And it all goes in the fake freaking car. It goes in the fake cars. Oh, I didn't have time to pull this from Gacy. I put this in here to show you guys that this is staying as 110% is a part of the story, that this is a true location that can be found, and this is part of the sacrifice, this is part of the cooking, this is part of the fire. These boxes are the same boxes and so forth that can still be found in today's cases. They have them in all the John Wayne Gacy's. This is important, and I'm keeping this in here. But I was going to pull the other stuff together. This is an underground location with the card table. But all the way on the right-hand side, it is showing you as clear as you are going to get the elements that I constantly keep talking about. here. I keep saying, you know, the things that I see, but they're not just things I see in my third eye, right? Like here, let me show you the stick in here. Let's see. This here is showing you all of the items. And this is a sacrifice. There's someone's stick. And right up there is the machine. This is a sacrifice in the making. And it's right by the fire. And it all matches. All matches. This is another video that is coming from that family's group of videos. I'm showing it with the kids because you can't even tell the kids what they look like anyways. But whatever is inside this room doesn't look like dancing to me. It shows a lot of the elements, and to me, I see the children being abused, and dancing classes, dancing in general, these dancing TikToks and these dancing videos, and the kids like to dance, blah, blah, blah. Is a great vehicle for a predator. I believe that this is just more of their videos. This is the dancing class. I'm showing this. The reason I'm showing this is because it's within all the same family that I've been following. And now what I've done is connected it to other cases. I'm not only following the family, but what I'm doing here is showing you people's faces that connect other cases together. So the people that are now showing up in this stuff and within this family's historic background and videos are in Michael Vaughn's photos. Like Michael Vaughn's father's photos, allegedly. And this here shows videos that hold the elements to these cases. Trigger warning, you guys. These photos come directly from the family videos of their dinners. Now, again, I'm showing it not because I just pulled a video off of YouTube. I'm showing you this because what is in here connects other cases together with the same elements and the same faces, the same purpose, the same information. So I'm not going to put up the gruesome stuff, but I do want you to know that this table is eating human parts. And to me, it looks like there's fake torsos, fake heads, and there's a lot going on at these tables. And it happens to be the same person, the front of the table. These people, the lady here has one arm. The children's faces are covered. There is a lot going on that is very crystal clear. And what they have at the table are the elements that I've been showing. They have the pieces at the table. They have the machine at the table. and they have the V's, and they're cutting and they're brutalizing people severely. Severely. Now, I could say allegedly all I want. I could sit here and tell you that, yeah, this, may not be true. Let me tell you something. I can't sleep at night because all I hear is the freaking screaming. This is, to me, an operating room at a kitchen table. And I have the information to bring the authorities right to the people that have this stuff. It is, there are people, the kids and the people in here, I feel like have a disability. This person here has one arm gone. The rest of the video shows it clearer. Let me brighten this photo up. It is the same, it's the same family group, but this family group is current, that I showed you videos of that I said looked like it was from the Holocaust. Family is their Holocaust survivors. I'd like for them to get a hold of me, because all of the videos I've been showing lately is from this family. All I've learned is they're Holocaust survivors. The mother must have died maybe when this was uploaded, because 10 years ago it was uploaded and she was 100. And she was one of the only remaining Holocaust survivors. So I want to get a hold of them, and then that's how I continue to look at the videos, and the videos didn't stop. The videos didn't stop. So all of that stuff that I showed you, that I said, oh my God, this has to be like Holocaust. I don't think it is. I think that is their family, and someone uploaded it as if this is what the grandma or whatever lived through. But yet, these children, the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, I'm seeing that this continued. And I see the same purpose. I see this is all the same. I see this is the same. Now, it was interesting. Thank you for the person who told me to watch the documentary of Amanda or something. It's very interesting. So there's a lot going on here at the table, right? The machine is in the back. These people's faces change to show different people. I don't know who they are, but their faces do change. It shows that they've superimposed someone in between them. So that obviously someone even back then was messing with the videos. So this isn't so many years ago. And if I say it's 10 years ago, that's not a lot. I believe that this is the same situation that I'm dealing with inside all of my cases that I've been working on. I don't think that there's been a difference. This is what's behind him. This guy, it's showing that he actually has a cowboy hat on, and he's sitting with the clown face. So if you look, this is what I mean, that this is more current. If you look at this, hello? Oh. If you look at this and you see that cowboy hat, and you're like, that's so weird. Kind of isn't, because every time I've gotten deeper into photos. I'm like, that's the real person. They usually have a cowboy hat on. Like even here I said that's really the person that's behind whatever's going on here. Let me see if I'm looking at the photos. He had a cowboy hat on. If you recall, he had a cowboy hat on. I'm like, that's the photo that's underneath all of the photos. It's here in this file. So it's not that far-fetched. And then I also then had a photo of Benny with a cowboy hat on. See, look, see behind her is a different person. See? We have to find the one with the cowboy hat. But these guys can make anything a reality. I mean, they change it around, they change the faces, they change the clothing, you know. That's why you can't you can't point fingers at anybody. You have no idea. You can't point fingers to any groups, you can't point fingers at any individual. That's why I go by the elements. So this cowboy hat thing is pretty well covered and trying to hide in there. But he did the same thing, what I'm saying, let me find it. In this fake Madeline McCann thing. It's gotta be up this way. Oh my god, so funny. I shouldn't say that, but as soon as I just saw that, it reminded me of Ziggy. I don't know why. Come on, give me the cowboy hat. You're not gonna, are you? You know, here as I'm looking back at this, there's someone in, there are kids in here that are bruised, you know. That's not fake. And for all we know, that is Madeline McCann. But the story and how they're presenting to us is not. This lady is in their video and it's showing you how this is done. See how her face is being covered? It gets layered like that. And it's different faces within the photo. But this is one of the videos that has the sacrifices on them. So I'm showing you what's inside the video. Don't look at the faces. These faces are really, they're really, really fake. And they're deep faked. All I do is try to stay consistent with the fake faces that I see. So far, I have a few of them that are within more than one case. So when I look at something like this, it doesn't matter what face is behind it. This is the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children's case. That shouldn't be in the family dinner. This shouldn't be in the family dinner. But what's in the family dinner are these elements. This is in here. So if you look at the table, it's like a person laying on the table, but it's in the number 5. It's in the number 5 box. So that thing that you see across the table is what I'm talking about. It's one of the main elements. It's laying across the table. What page is this? 62. Let me point it out closer. So this family's videos, if they know it or not, I'd love to talk with them. Um, if they know it or not, hold the elements. So either they know it's in here or they don't, right? But this is what their family table looks like. This is what it looks like. Um, and all the way to the right, there's someone's head in one of those contractions. I mean, it just continues over and over. This is him. It makes it look like he's cutting into a head. Oh, thank you, Sugar Bee, for that super chat. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you. It is really appreciated. Um, this is the head guy at the table. To me, he's doing surgery. And this shit is what it looks like. I think it's so easy for the authorities to bust this open. I mean, look at that. Those are like the heads that Summer Moon Wells shows. The raccoon head, the clown face. It's a baby in the little picture. It's a little baby. I mean, I think it's quite incredible how this stuff hasn't been touched. I think it's incredible at this moment in time how this just hasn't been discussed anywhere or touched. Like it's not in conversation. But do notice the certain conversation what's going to be kept away. See, this is what's happening in here. It's not normal. Yeah, clown face in the middle. This is another part, the family photos. Goes back to the Beck family that I don't see the whole thing, but they have this company that does these family photos, and the only reason I was brought there is because these kids are in the leaves. Another thing that Summer Moon Wells consistently says is in the leaves, in the leaves, in the leaves. Well, these videos sure are in the leaves. And the children and the pictures and what this turns into, again, it could be you could just put Summer Moon Wells right smack dab in the middle of these trees with her friend Julia and everybody else. This is what's in here. And the video shows the images really, really well. The faces wind up showing in like right next to the tree trunks. And what shows up are the elements throughout their photos. So I don't necessarily, again, pull up the photos with the pictures. I show you the elements that just appear in the middle of their photos. It's very clever. So this is what happens to their family photos. It turns into a sacrifice, and the pictures are really, really clear. I think that this person, there's a lot of them in there, but these photos are Summer Moon Wells. I mean, missing children. The elements, the little teeny elements that I show you most of the time blurry, show very, very clearly here. See? So inside, the little critters are there. And this is what I look for. I know, because that's the number 5 on the tip. See that red number 5 on the tip? That is their That is like, where's the window? Let me grab the tape. Just showed it. Here it is. So that little flying number 5, believe it or not, when I say it's that little number 5 at the tip, it's like that. That's what's at the tip of this. It's all the same stuff. So I know my elements, so I know where I'm going to find this stuff. And I do know that the children that they're showing in the big photos are not the kids that are being sacrificed. Those are the families that are being used, right? So if I go into the smallest of the smallest square, that's the child that was sacrificed. That is. And that child is with its elements. This is not the child that's in the video. The child in the bottom left-hand corner is not the child in the video. This is not their child that's in the video. See, these are the elements. And these are the little boxes. Those are the little critters, but they all match. They all match, and they're telling a story, right? It's consistently telling the same story. And it shows the same elements. It just does. Interesting. Well, I know it's changing is the picture of those boxes with the Truly box. Sometimes, many a times when I start to tell a story and I hit on something that's important, many a times photos start to recognize it. So this is going to match. It's telling me that this is that. So that's what happens. So the deep fakes disappear and the truth comes out. So what's happening is it's telling me we may see these boxes and so forth, but it represents these trophies. That's what it's saying to me. This is still the same family that is. This is their photographer. That's all I know. And it shows that a child is coming out of a tree. That's what's showing on the right hand side. It's coming out of one of those boxes, and the box is like inside a tree. So again, it's extremely symbolic. I know that this has something to do with replenishing the earth, and going back into nature, right? So wood, trees, leaves, all of it is the summer moon whilst missing children, including this, what's going on here. those little pieces that are trophies can be found right within the frames that I've been pointing out. Oh, thank you, Trudy. I say I have a member. Thank you, Trudy. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. It's really great. I love that. Thank you for supporting my channel that way. Um, this here is it they showed all the same information for Summer Moon. No one looked at it. They did it again for Kylie. No one looked at it, and they keep redoing it over and over and over. Whatever what they're showing here that is inside her frame is important. This stuff is what they, you guys understand that this is what Check a TV showed at the water, and this, all you have to do is turn it around. These are trophies. These are trophies. We're introduced to trophies by our Bania Papillon, Arden's mom, who's now no longer with us. That's the story. Never changes. Never changes. That is the basket in which they're putting their sacrifice. These are photos that are in this guy's video of a family photo group, and we all know that this ain't no family photo right here. So hey, let's have law enforcement ignore it. All this is, I do see that there's a lot of fighting each other. I do see that they make the kids hurt each other. I do see that, you guys. I do see a lot of fighting. I mean, there's just a lot of fighting. This is in one of their videos. I wanted to show you that what you see here with the tutus and so forth is very symbolic. This room, all of this shows is that it needs to be looked at. And there's nothing different. It's the same generational group. And they're matching. This is what the bars look like. We've seen these bars before. Mainly in someone's head. I don't know who that guy is. This was like 10 years ago, but he had a very familiar feel. And he was like attached to the grass and shit, so I put it in there. So this family's current videos, I apologize for showing this little boy, but this family, who I have videos that go back to 1940s, have current videos that showed me the most important information, because the current videos are much more difficult to find the elements to show you guys. They're a little more savvy. But because I know the beach, the sand, the beach pails, the fake skin on their body, and their toes, because something goes between that one big toe and the next toe, I know my elements. And because of that, I could grab the most important information. So if there's anyone that is listening that really wants this story, who is in a position to make a big media splash, get a hold of me. Because I have the story. I have this story down pat. And what I'm going to ask that person to do is make a deal with these people that I know have the story. I want this story and I want to do a documentary on it. The people that are putting it in the videos do not realize how much I know. They do not realize that the white powder on the sand, the nail marks in the sand, the stick or whatever's coming out of the toe, I know this is the story. I know this is the story. Someone out there other than law enforcement, I need help getting to the person to get the story. It can't be me. There's, to me, no way to walk away from these photos right here. The photos right here, to me, are the most important photos that confirm my story. Now, people that haven't been following me are probably like, what the fuck is she talking about? But someone who is in the position that could get to the bottom of these photos will be able to bust this thing open, but I want the story. This goes all the way back to Rosemary Bly. This is basically a Rosemary Bly case as well. This little boy that's in this video winds up on the same piece of property, connected to the same machinery, connected to the same color heads, connected to the same thing on his foot as every freaking case I'm working on. That doesn't happen unless this is part of it. And I could bring this photo down to generations as well as bring it right into the present day. It just, I know where to go now. And if you happen to be listening and you know that this is yours, I want the story. Inbox me. I don't care if you stay anonymous. I just need to know that you are the person behind the videos. Thank you, Long Gone, for that super chat. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So sweet. Thank you. This is what it looks like. This is a location. They're no longer on the beach. They're in the sand. He's connected. And this photo will consistently keep evolving because I've hit it on the nose. This might as well be Kylie Rodney standing at the beach with her boyfriend, with the bench in front of her. This might as well be Michael Vaughn with the green little face connected to his body. This puts it all together. And the ones that have to understand that are the authorities, right? Or someone who wants to help me get the story. This could be Michael Vaughn. There's the neon green. He wound up with the neon green, right? I put that in here. Yeah, here. Here. Kylie Rodney has the neon green. But this here, this is it. And whoever put that shit out there, that's the saying talking about Madeline McKinney, seriously, shame on you, because that's really sick. Because all I see behind that are the predators and the guilty having so much fun that they're laughing, they're just think it's so funny. But in the same breath, I also see someone being victimized. And this has nothing to do with Madeline McKinney. And maybe it does. Maybe this was a way out for you guys to expose someone, and because you want, and if you do, it's just because you're trying something. But this here is the stick. This here is what gave it away for me. That's on every victim, you guys. Every victim. Every victim. It's what it is. I would love to talk to the person who says that she's the person in charge of Julia or Madeline. That'd be a very interesting little report. But this here is a Summer Moon Wells missing children. It's all of them. And to whoever is being victimized in the videos that they are horrifically showing beneath the Madeline McKinney that is speaking, I see it. You're not getting away with it by fooling everybody. I see you. I'm going to keep following you. I'm not going to stop. And no one's going to be able to turn directions on me. There's nothing that you could put out there that's going to have me start looking the other way. That's impossible. That ship has sailed. This girl here is bruised. So whoever is up here talking is just part of their nasty game, you guys. I'm talking about the girl in the black hair, who I think is actually fucking fake. This here is the machinery, you see. There is something going on here no matter what. There's the silver critter. This here is someone being victimized. And if they're just trying to send a message to someone, the fuck is all I could say. I'm not buying it. Not buying it. On that note, you guys, I am calling it quits. See how it keeps changing? May justice come tomorrow. May something happen quickly. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support, you guys. Thank you for those super chats. My members, my new member, my subscribers. Keep watching and learning. We'll just become stronger and build stronger. I love you all. God bless you all. And talk to you tomorrow. Good night, guys.